You're listening
You're listening
to another episode
of the FreshTakes
podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, what is up? What is up? It is Tang from the Fresh Takes podcast, and you're here on a Friday evening watching yours truly, Tang, talk about Tang's thoughts. And you're probably wondering what this week's top 10 is. Well, let me just go ahead and get into it. It's none other than cereals. Let me tell you something. I used to I, after having surgery, um, I don't eat a lot of cereals now because I really can't. So these are from back before I had surgery. So I had surgery in January. So this is all of my top 10 to this up to date, but before surgery because, like I said, I haven't been able to have cereals since. But let's get right into it. Number 10. Number 10. It's a cereal that I like. See, this was really hard to narrow my top 10 cereals because I like a lot of cereals. Um, but this one outranked a good vast majority of my cereals um, to make it on the list. So number 10, it's Apple Jacks. That little bit of cinnamon, that little bit of sweetness from the apple, the best combination. And then you add the milk in it. Mm. I love it, love it, love it. Apple Jacks, you got the 10 spot. Number 9. Number 9. So I grew up on these as a kid, and that's why they're on my list. Once I became an adult kind of thing, the only time I really ate them is when when I became a dad because my children would want it. So when I became an adult, I didn't really buy it. So there was a while from the age of like 18 to 21-ish that I didn't eat it. So that was back in 2008 to 2011, in case anybody is trying to figure out math. But number 9 is Fruit Loops. Fruit Loops, I just love the ring circle fruit flavored. Yes, I know it's all artificial, but let me tell you, it was still good. Um, it was really good. I didn't like it when it got soggy. That cereal when it got soggy, it was just nasty. Um, but it was still. I mean, it was edible to when it hit that midpoint of being too soggy or still kind of like crunchy from fresh. In the middle, it was good, but once it hit that threshold of being soggy, man, it was nasty. And I don't. It is. But yeah, that's number 9. That was Fruit Loops. Number 8. Number 8. Uh, I grew up on these, but my mom always didn't really buy them a lot of times. So when I did get them, it was like a treat. But they were just super super tasty. And um, as you can see, it's going to be Golden Grams. That's right. Number 8 is Golden Grams. Um, the mixture of the honey, the I don't like the syrupy or whatever. It was just super tasty. Super. It wasn't too sweet, I feel either. So it was really good. But yeah, number 8 is Golden Grams. So we'll get right into it. Number 7. Number 7 kind of falls back to number 9, but it's not per se the same because number 7 is Fruity Pebbles. Again, the Fruity Pebbles is another one in the middle threshold of either it's too soggy or it's good at the beginning, and then once you get to that point where it's been in the milk too long that you need to eat kind of thing. It's good, but once it hits that threshold, Fruit Loops, Fruity Pebbles, Cocoa Pebbles, those kind of those cereals, they were just nasty when they got soggy. And I'm going to tell you right now, Cocoa Pebbles is not on my list. Um, so go ahead and mark that off if that for me because it wasn't on there. It's not even an honorable mention. I never really liked it. And the only thing I did like about it, it would turn my milk chocolate. But other than that, I just didn't care for Cocoa Pebbles. So that's why number 7 is Fruity Pebbles. Number 6. Number 6 is another one that I grew up on as a kid, another one that my mom didn't always buy. So when I did get it, it was another treat. It was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. And let me tell you, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just like Golden Grams, I feel, but with the cinnamon and if you literally like French toast for breakfast, Cinnamon Toast Crunch is just, I feel just like a French toast bread uh, that you would have in the mornings with powdered sugar, the syrup, except for mine was the cereal is a cereal with the milk. So that was mine. That was number 6. Sorry, 6 right here. Number 6 was Cinnamon Toast Crunch. We're halfway through the top 10 of this week's episode, but let me take a second back, and let's remind you every other Sunday you have testing Tim's knowledge. Wow, I'm getting all tongue tied today. But let me tell you, every other Sunday is testing Tim's knowledge, and I think this week he's coming up with something pretty cool. So you have to check that one out. Pat is going to be getting ready to start something up, and don't forget on Tuesdays we air a new Fresh Takes podcast. Last week or a couple days ago, we just finished up week 2, and I tested the boys' knowledge on tested Tim and Pat on their knowledge of their coaches. Well, hope you found out who won. Because I'm not going to tell you. If you haven't watched, I want you to go back and I want you to watch it. But let's get right back into it. Number 5. Number 5 is a cereal that I have to eat it pretty much soggy. I like this one soggy, but I will eat it fresh as soon as you put it in the bowl. I will eat that, but I like it soggy, and that is Life. That's right. Number 5 is Life. I love Life in general. I like the game Life, and I like the cereal Life. It's amazing. It's really, really good. So if you haven't tried Life, give it a try because it is super, super yummy. Number 4. Wow. Number 4. So you can get 3 different types of this cereal, but the one I like the most is, I guess, in the middle because you can get Captain Crunch, Captain Crunch berries, or in the middle you can get mix of the berries and the Captain Crunch and get the Crunch berries. It's the best. So number 4, yes, I said it right. Number 4 is Captain Crunch berries. Because you get mixed of both, and it's super, super yummy. That's another cereal I grew up on. When I was in school, when I was a young child, we used to get like the little square bowls of cereal that were, yay big. You had to peel it back, pour your milk in. But let me tell you, I always died for them to get crunch berries. And there would be a very, very small occasion, because usually it was kicks, but a small occasion that we would get the crunch berries. So yeah, that was amazing. Number 3. Number 3. I guess I'm getting too old. Uh, how do I put it? Silly Rabbit. Tricks are for kids. That is right. Number 3 is Tricks, but it's not just Tricks. It's the original Tricks. See, Tricks when I grew up was shapes. You had the banana, the shape. You had the flower shape. You had Oh my goodness, why am I drawing blanks all of a sudden? You had the shapes. I'll just put it that way. And now it's just balls, and they don't taste the same. I guess really, tricks are for kids that my children can see that they have designs, but us adults now are just seeing little round balls. So maybe it really is for kids. But number three on my list is the original tricks. Number two. Number two is another cereal that I loved. Uh, if if I could not get my number one cereal, I always went with this one. And number two is honeycombs. Super, super tasty, super, super yummy. What's wrong? I mean, you can't go wrong with number two as being honeycombs. And if you don't like the honeycombs, you can get right out of here. No, I'm just kidding. Stay here. I want you to watch because I'm almost the number one. I want you to watch and see what number one is. So please don't leave. I was just kidding, guys. I still love you. Mad love from the tank, from the FreshTakes podcast to you. But yeah, number two is honeycombs. And number one, I lied. We're going to go from 10 to 2 real quick to give you a recap. Number 10, you got Apple Jacks. Number 9, you got the Fruit Loops. Number 8, you got Golden Grahams. Number 7, you got the Fruity Pebbles. Number 6, you got Cinnamon Toast Crunch. Number 5, you got Life. Number 4, you have the Captain Crunch Berries. Number 3, you have the original Tricks. And number 2, you have Honeycombs. So, without further ado, number 1, drum roll. Number 1 is my favorite cereal. And that is Corn Pops. Corn Pops is my number 1. Man, I could eat a whole box of Corn Pops at one sitting. It's Corn Pops. Why? Why not, man? They're so tasty. Little golden nuggets. Like that song says, I like corn or whatever. Corn's the best. It's big lump of knobs. Corn is good. Not only as the vegetable, but for cereal. Corn Pops, guys. So, so yummy. So there you guys go. You have my top 10 list of my cereals. Don't forget, every Tuesday you have the new episode of Fresh Takes podcast featuring myself, Tank, Tim, and Pat as my 2 co-hosts. Then on Fridays you have Tank's Thoughts. And every other Sunday you have Testing Tim's Knowledge. Don't forget to like us on X, aka Twitter, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, and you can listen to us on Apple Podcasts and Spotify Podcasts. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button, and we're trying to build us up. So if you can help us get to 100, one lucky fan of the 100 subscribers one of the names will get drawn, and you will win a prize from Fresh Takes Podcast, and you will most likely get a little card signed by all 3 of us. We'll ship it out to you guys, unless you live locally, and we can meet up. And hey, you can possibly even get a picture with us. But other than that, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, hit the follow button, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit it all. Make sure that you know everything that's going on with the Fresh Takes Podcast. Because you know what? We all love you. And other than that, this is Tank signing off, and I'll see you all next Friday. Y'all have a great one. Peace.